Man, would you believe it's been a year since this series started? Hey everyone, it's been a while. Probably most of you have moved on, which is perfectly fine. But I'm going to start this up again. It's kind of weird to say, man. As a kid, like a month felt forever. Like it was just a lot of time. But now, being honest, as I've gotten older, it really doesn't feel like that much time. It's been about 11 months since I recorded a video on this. And a lot of you might be wondering, what happened? What exactly is the reason? Well, I think I'm going to spend this episode today kind of talking about it and telling you that I'm going to try and continue. I probably won't have as long of a run as I did then, but you never know. So I think it's important to kind of, just openly talk about it. So I started this channel back in 2024 as a way to escape my own death anxiety. At the time, I had gone through one of the worst depressions of my life, and when I was a kid, I really loved doing this, so I decided, hey, I'm going to start it up again. But one thing I didn't mention is I was a student at the time, and I was about to start my job as a TA for my master's degree. Now, of course, it was the second year of my master's, just making it very clear. But what I kind of realized was that there wasn't enough time, and I'd kind of gotten everything I wanted out of this. So I kind of let it go for a while. And, you might be sitting there thinking, man, that's interesting. I find it kind of ironic because the last video I posted in this series specifically was called The Daily Grind. Which is funny, considering that it basically was the last time I posted daily. It's crazy to me to think that it's been 10 months since then. Recording this currently on July 1st, and I always wanted to come back to it. It was kind of the truth of I missed a couple days, my microphone started to malfunction on me, so I kind of became exhausted in a way. So, I think it's important to honestly just be frank with you. I will be continuing this series. I want to make it very clear. I don't know if it'll be every day. I'll try my best to kind of record episodes when I can. You'd think, oh, it's not that hard. You literally made it as easy as possible for yourself. You just click record and go. And it's, yeah, I think it's kind of was also the problem of just me not being able to have anything to say. Because when you record a lot of episodes in advance, what kind of happens after a while is that you sort of lose a lot from everything. You struggle to talk about things. But yeah, from working that job, what I kind of learned is that this is something really fun that I enjoyed, and I really miss this. And now that I have a working microphone, as you can hear, we'll be trying to continue here. I really like how this church turned out, especially. It's good. Think of this as almost like one of those anime episodes where they just kind of recap everything before they move on to the next thing. I want to continue kind of building out this village and making it more and more special. I've played a little Minecraft in the time since then, but to be honest, I've lost a lot of interest with certain aspects of the game, which is okay. I mean, like, look, I'm not going to enjoy something forever. And I think some people need to understand that things are going to change, and you're going to have to adjust to those changes. Oh, look at these two. What are you doing? But with that, I think it will be interesting to see what I come up with next for this series. I'm going to keep talking so that I can make it to the 10-minute mark so you don't feel like this is, like, too long. But, it's interesting. I just have been exploring the world. I've been, not this world, like real life for a while. And, man, I tell you, people are fascinating. Most of them will lie, cheat, steal, do anything they need to in order to basically, like, control other people. Which is interesting, to say the least. I feel like that's kind of odd choice. But at the same time, what do I expect? You know? It's like, in reality, people are the way they are, and they're not going to change. You're never going to truly change people. So, I think it's just something that all you have to do is kind of work your way. I've been trying to get better at just letting things be silent for a second. Because I've noticed when I do that, my thoughts come out a lot more coherently. And, yeah, I hope that ultimately I can continue this series in the future. But if any of you are still watching, let me know how you're doing. I doubt any of you are. I've been inactive for 10 months. I mean, we almost hit 100 subscribers when I was active. But we're back down to around 92. And I think the truth is I might have blown it. That's okay if I did, though. I'm not that upset about it. Because I'll just keep doing this as a sort of a ritual, we'll say. Now, I think it's important to say that I don't know how long this series will run in the long run. I remember my goal was 100 episodes. This is episode 26. We'll definitely get there. But I think I'll try my best to see how far we can get it. I want this run to at least last the same amount as the first run. So, yeah. It's kind of interesting, you know? This first episode kind of feels like it's dragging on indefinitely. Like, I'm only 7 minutes of the way through. Of course, I haven't done anything. So, maybe that's a fair statement for me to kind of look at. But, I think there are a lot more things I want to do here. So, yeah. I guess first, let's go and chop down some trees. I want to make a tree farm, I think. Not like a... Don't worry, not like a modern tree farm. But more of a... Let's just say, kind of a... like, way for me to not have to walk anywhere. Ooh, there's some snow up there. Or... Oh, wait, is this a... Let me look. I can't tell because my resolution on the game's so bad. Because I have to keep it this bad in order to make sure you guys get a decent video quality. This is... Oh, it's snow. Okay. So, let's chop down a couple of these trees, get a couple snaplings. You know, it's weird. As soon as I hit record, I feel the same nerves I felt when I recorded the first video of this series. Makes me wonder why that is, if I'm just so out of practice. I mean, I don't know. I'm not exactly the most healthiest I've ever been right now. Be honest, that job took a lot of a toll on me, unfortunately. I wish it would have been... It's honest. Honestly, I don't really know if I regret it or not. I think it kind of, in some ways, just made me really just feel like the world was not worth living in at times. But that's okay. Something for any of my younger viewers, understand that it's not necessarily crazy to feel like you don't belong in the world. In fact, most of you probably don't, especially if you're watching a series that is basically the equivalent of a series made in 2010. So, don't feel bad about that. In reality, sometimes people are just different from the world. Oh, this is new. These are, I believe, new since I took my break. Man, you know, it's crazy. About to be 24 years old in a couple weeks. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if I've ever openly said my age before. But yeah, I'm 23, about to be 24 in a week or two. And, yeah. Definitely, I feel more lonely than I think I ever have. So, it's kind of a shame. But I think it's okay. I think, like, ultimately, you know... Like, we all try our best to make friends. But, you know, unfortunately the cycle of life is one day they're going to leave you.